Graduates and guests, may we have your attention, please? Convocation is about to begin. If you have a mobile device or pager with you, please turn it off or silence it during the ceremony. Thank you for your attention and congratulations. If able, please rise.
We wish to acknowledge this land on which the University of Toronto operates. For thousands of years, it has been the traditional land of the Huron-Wendat, the Seneca, and the Mississaugas of the Credit. Today, this meeting place is still the home to many Indigenous people from across Turtle Island, and we are grateful to have the opportunity to work on this land. We are also grateful to have the opportunity to celebrate the achievements of our scholars who graduate today. On their behalf, let us express gratitude for the support of their families and friends, and for the faculty and staff who have guided them in their pursuit of knowledge. Whatever our own traditions, let us reflect as we proceed through the convocation ceremony on the many years of effort, sacrifice, and success that have brought us to this time of celebration. In concilium Universitatis Torontonensis vocati sumus. Graduates, please remain standing. All guests, please be seated.
Insignissima Cancellaria, presento tibi hosce scholaris, et admintantur ad grados varios, testorque eos quod omnia quae, statuta requirunt aptos, et idoneos esse.
Ad profectum huius provinciae, huius magnae patriae, et ad profectum omnium nationum omnibus in terris conjunctarum, ego ex autoritate mihi et toti universitati commissa admito vos ad gradus varios, quorum jura vobis do, et peto quoque ut omnia conficiatis munera quae ad illos gradus pertinent.
Please be seated. My name is Stephen Wright, and it is my great privilege to serve the University of Toronto as acting dean in the Faculty of Arts and Science. Today I have the additional privilege of assisting Professor Carol Chin, principal of Woodsworth College, in conducting this convocation. The university is an institution with deep historical roots and many enduring traditions. Among those is the use of the language of the medieval university in today's wonderful celebration. For those in attendance who, like me, are less than fluent in Latin, a translation might be helpful. For my part, I said, "Most distinguished Chancellor, I present to you these scholars, that they may be admitted to the various degrees, and I bear witness that, as all things which the statutes require, they are fit and suitable." Much more significantly, from the standpoint of the graduating class, Professor Chin then replied, "To the benefit of this province, this great country, and to the worldwide community of nations, I, by the authority vested in me and in the whole university, admit you to your various degrees, grant to you the rights, and ask of you the responsibilities of doing all those things which pertain to those degrees." And so, as my first order of business, it is my great honor, I'm delighted to salute you, the graduating class of 2025 from Woodsworth College and the Faculty of Arts and Science. That's it, you're done. Warmest congratulations. I would also like to bid a warm welcome to everyone who has joined us here in historic Convocation Hall. Graduates, today the university is formally recognizing your hard work, your accomplishments, your perseverance, and this milestone. Each of you, as a member of the graduating class, is joining an exceptional family of University of Toronto alumni. U of T has a global community of over 700,000 alumni in 196 countries. They are the university's living legacy and our greatest ambassadors. U of T alumni serve in leadership roles in every corner of the globe and in every walk of life. They are prime ministers, justices, scholars, authors, community and business leaders, scientists, and professionals of every description. Their endeavors have shaped the world we live in and the way we understand that world. We have no doubt that the University of Toronto's high international standing can be attributed to generations of dedicated and very talented faculty and staff members. But we also understand that this reputation is built by our alumni, a group that now includes each and every one of you. So, to the graduating class, let me say thank you. Thank you for your many contributions to the university while you were a student. And thank you for what you will do as members of Canada's largest and, I believe, the most distinguished alumni community. One more word of thanks is in order. I'm sure all graduates share a sense of gratitude to the friends and family members who have helped bring them to this special day. And I would ask you to join me in the platform party in thanking them with a vigorous round of applause. Let me continue with a request. One of the distinguishing features of our convocation is that graduates come forward individually to be recognized. You will then leave this stage using the ramp, exit out the door and around the hall. At that point, you will turn left and quietly re-enter the hall as your peers continue to be recognized. I encourage you to think of the very last person to be on stage. I believe it will be Cengiz Uran. Cengiz, could you please stand up? Is Cengiz here? Everyone, please remember your classmate and return to your seat. Thanks for your understanding and assistance, and once more, warmest congratulations. It's now my privilege to introduce today's convocation speaker, Anne Urbancic. After almost 40 years, Professor Urbancic recently retired from teaching at U of T, where she was the Mary Rowell Jackman Professor of Humanities at Victoria College. She is also active at Woodsworth and is a member of the council. She's recognized for her work in the field of 19th and 20th century Italian literature. Her original studies on the emigration stories of Italo-Slovenians of Toronto led to her co-founding the Canadian-Slovenian Historical Society and Archives. Please welcome Ann Urbancic to the podium.
Acting Dean Wright, Principal Chin, family and friends of the graduates, and most importantly, graduates from Woodsworth in the class of 2025. Good evening and welcome to your very special occasion. I never get tired of attending graduation ceremonies here at Convocation Hall, and as I look over a sea of faces, I can feel your happiness and pride that this day has come at long last, and despite all the difficulties, not the least of which was COVID, which changed everything. I can sense your excitement and your eagerness to go forward, and I can see your beaming families, and I'm beaming too. I'm also very much aware that I'm the one standing between you and your wonderful new diploma. But I wouldn't miss this opportunity for anything. It's my chance to say goodbye to students, to nudge you out into the world beyond the doors of Convocation Hall. Once you leave here today, remember that you are not heading north to Bloor, or west to Spadina, or east to Bay, or south to College, those comfortable boundaries of the university. You are going through those big doors straight into your future. It's here, now, not tomorrow, not next week, not next year. You will bring with you a beautiful diploma that represents the courses you completed successfully to get your science degree or commerce degree. Beyond those courses, however, you are able to master a whole host of things that did not come to you in lectures or labs, and for which you did not have to write exams or officially enroll. Let me point out 5 of these lessons, and don't worry, we're not going to charge you extra tuition fees. 1, your academic program made of you a self-starter who's confident in taking initiative for your own learning. No one from now on will tell you what you have to learn or how, but you will continue to embrace learning. The bonus is that once you've learned something, you can't unlearn it. That means you can go right ahead and dream big, because you can't undream. 2, you learn successfully to engage with research topics demanded in your courses, no matter how challenging. You learned to investigate and evaluate primary and secondary source materials, and to organize and analyze your findings in a cohesive and logical manner, with a view to finding new perspectives. This means that you gathered and organized the books, the PDFs, the charts, the formulas for your topic. But slowly, as you made your way through what looked like endless piles of papers and numerous tabs of total confusion, you began to choose the appropriate ones, and you learned how to fit them within your research questions. You learned which quotations and ideas to choose to support your points. And in this day of misinformation and deliberate disinformation, the temptation to pick haphazardly is great, and the work of making the right choice is often onerous and time-consuming. But you did it. This is called critical thinking and analysis, part of what philosopher Northrop Frye, also a U of T grad, called the educated imagination. Knowing how to be a critical thinker will stand you in good stead throughout your life. 3, you learn to engage successfully in independent and collaborative activities that had as their goal knowledge building and knowledge cooperation with a diverse group of peers. That means you shared something that you wanted to talk about because it interested you, or it puzzled you, or it frazzled you, or you made an error and you had to correct it. And you learned to hear the perspectives of others, even if you didn't agree. Just by listening, you polished your interpersonal skills and you showed your compassion and your kindness. 4, you learned how to communicate your research findings in a written report or in an oral presentation to professors and peers, either in class or on video. This talent doesn't come easily unless you're a born writer, orator, or actor, and a few students are. Lucky for them. But the rest of us write and present despite ourselves, wondering if our classmates can see our hands shaking or how anxious we are. You realized how to make it a craft that could be honed and executed effectively, time and again. 5, you learned to recognize and celebrate that aha moment that lights up your brain when you've grasped an idea. And your life will be full of aha moments. They may not look you directly in the eye and say, "Here I am," but they may tease you from the periphery until you finally notice them. They may even start out looking like errors. Remember that Post-it notes and photocopying machines were another experiment gone wrong. Some aha moments will demand hard work from you, but eventually you will notice them, and when you do, pat yourselves on the back. One more thing, and these are words similar to Dean Wright. You discovered that you're a member of the University of Toronto community. You will always belong here. Look around you. You see fellow students, some of whom are friends. Some may become friends or colleagues down the road. When I graduated, I sat in the mid-left over there, and my best friend was behind me, as alphabetical order dictated. We're still in close contact. Scattered throughout the room were several of my future colleagues and acquaintances. And a couple of rows ahead, again thanks to alphabetical order, sat the man that I would marry, even though he didn't know it at the time. Neither did I. He's here today along with one of my daughters, and she's also a U of T grad. And although the years separate you and me, you now join my graduating class in this same community. Welcome. Today, we celebrate your talents and potential. We are proud of your courageous, transformative drive to make a difference. We applaud the passion, the determination, and perseverance you have shown. So, as a professor who teaches about food and about foodways, I say to you, chef's kiss.
Good evening, everyone. Please bear with us a moment as we ask the students to approach the stage. Professor Carol Chin, I have the honor to present to you the following candidates from Woodsworth College who are being admitted to the degree of Honors Bachelor of Science. Selina Bianca Katsis Abad. Shabnab Obbarin. Massa Abu Gharaib, Aurelia Agata, Ahnaf Zarif Alam, Dania Al Ghul, Iman Al Hamdani, Habiba Ali, Ranin Ahmed Al-Zamli, Parth Amit Amin, and Yolowu Esther Aminu, Yuqi An, Arturo Anticono Moreno, Paula Arkhangorodski, Tatiana Alexia Arukatos, Ella Christine Smith Orostay, Renee Achian Asoro, Jad Attari, Akshat Ayush, Grace Bak, Sean Ball, Mia Hyacinth Bantas, Anujurgal Patsor, María Teresita del Niño Jesús Becerra Bercosa, Michael Benet, Ines Ben Maklouf, Julia Berub Buten, Camille Marie Pend, Carla Biete Sotes, Mohammad Borgheri Razavi, Dominic Angelo Virtudes Briones, Rupert Lynn Wadre Buchanan Gibb, Carol Mepaz Busakel, Zilin Cai, Bao Chaomin Cao, Mingxi Cao, Yanzhe Cao, Noah Leo Casabon, Isabella Christina McQueen Selleck, Russell Eli Mir Sale, Bharat Varma Chamarti, Jeremy Chuanyin Chan, Sik Yong Chan, Kaylin Bellamy, Heijun Chong, Xinli Zhang, Justin Junshuo Chong, Marine Jinghui Chong, Yude Zhang, Edwin Hong-Yi Chun. Jeffrey Chun. Jiawan Chun. Jingyuan Chun. Shemin Chun. Sitong Chun. Zihao Chun. Waiting Chun. Yihan Chun. Zurui Chun. Freeman Chung. Unbi Cho. Wanjun Cho. Yongjun Cho. Rameshwara Chok. Yuk Lam Yolanda Chu. Carissa Cloutier. Carmina Bianca Cornacchia. Srija Das. Sarah Elizabeth Da Silva. Naveen Alexander David. Ashley Safira DeWitt. Tan Trong Diep. Patricia Ding. Xiran Ding. Zhiyang Ding. Tinkerbell Johan. Alina Debris Doragi. Yasmin N. Farah Duale. Yingning Duan. Nadia A. Emani. Shane Hazel Salazar Enriquez. Ryan Daniel Dice Escoban. Dasha Voka Ahujagapur. Alexander Christian Fabian. Nico Ray Feliciano Fabian. Alina Rosemary Fernandez. Sofia Filippi. Caitlin Jewel Fitchett. Hong Shou Ge. Nazanin Ghazi. Jacob Frederick Pantesco Gilbert. Manuel Dejan Gomez. Julia Granieri. Eva Grigorovsky. Kathy Guo. Alim Pamir Gerler. Maxim Gushin. Isabella Indrani Haney. Hani Safia Hamzani. Samir Abrar Haq. Koji Addison Hartley. Howard He. Paul He. Xihao He. Xinru He. Xuan He. Zihan He. Yicheng Hu. Madeline Ho. Ethan Honest. Edward Hong. Qinxue Hong. Ikram Hossain. Yichuan Ho. Linghui Hua. Erica Huang. Hao Huang. Haozhe Huang. Shiyuan Huang. Adrian Homing Hui. Michael Sejun Hui. Malaika Hussein. Kenneth Hu. Rafidal Islam. Kai Iwano. Amaro Inez Izara Jacome. Hanuf Jamal. Maria Javed. Santhia Jagatiswaran. Glenn Marco Jeremy. Meng Qi Jiang. Tianrui Jiang. Yuxin Jin. Andrea Jessica Joseph. Rana Nasser Kabulene. Hannah Nicole Keys. Vedanta Khan. Ramela Kazakia. Naveen Khidir. Mehrad Khodai Buran. Ariel Sway Ki Ku. Hardik Kular. Marina Mingyong Kim. Tierra Ailey Kobayashi. Renee Colentine. Nikita Kondal. Alex Kwan. Sanjana Bhavin Lakpatwala. Storm Stephen Laro. Katie Meiying Lee. Rachel Xianhua Lee. Noah Le Pelletier. Pierre William Lassard. Alexia Natalia Lewis. Anthony Chijun Lee. Chengye Li. Jolina Yining Li. Justin Lee. Kaihua Li. Wan Zhouyi Li. Xun Li. Yirui Li. Zimeng Li. Leo Seraphin Liang. Yiting Liang. Alexander Yaofeng Ling. Daniel Liu. Heather Xianting Liu. Isabel Rong Liu. Jenny Liu. Jiamin Liu. Kelly Kaiji Liu. Xiangyi Betty Liu. Yichuan Liu. Apologies. Yichuan Liu. Yifan Liu. Bryson Lo. Haiqi Long. Etienne Lo. Henry Jiayang Lu. Yi Lu. Yuhan Luo. Jizhong Liu. Zhenran Ma. Ramshah Mahmood. Mia Maleyevich. Maria Rosa Yanis Mangru. Stephen Thomas Matthew. Abigaila Sabrina Matondo. Hani Samer Mazlum. Holly Elizabeth Marie McBride. Christoph Ian McWatt. Aditya Marotra. Christina Munn. Orson Buster Milne. Aliza Abbas Mitwani. Paige Brianna Mavold. Avery Lexi Gladys Merle. Luca Mustapik Viana. Maria Cole Mustard. Farnia Najafi Shostari. Happy Ashkobai Nasit. Alexandra Nedeljkovic. Christian Daniel Nawalo. Michael Ng. Shi Ying Ng. Wesley Ng. Kan Lin Nguyen. Kores Nien. Zitong Nie. Sher Tiaochu Ning Li. Nurul Husna Binti Norazli. Jurakan Numura Kamedova. Omalola Oyatemilehin April Abidemi Oyefeso. Cynthia D'Angelo Palmisano. Savannah Pan. Ame Deepak Panjwani. Christos Aris Papaskalis. Pablo Francisco Pardo Vargas. Emily Sun-hee Park. Heju Park. Nicholas Jeremy Alves Pedro. Chung Peng. Alan Jingquan Peng. Jocelyn Yunshi Peng. Yunni Peng. Alia Antonia Pereira. Sergio Andres Perez Torres. Ashley Brianna Persog. Ethan Suresh Persod. Gabriela Petizian. Ryan Alexander Pinch. Dvir Daria Porat. Heidi Prinz. Shu Man Chi. Jacob Dante Martin Rasick. Naeem Ahmed Ralmi. Anna Sophie Redick. Jonah Ward Ronaldus. Younes Robert Tahiri. Priti Raj Roy Balave. Gurman Sachdeva. Ethan Diaz Safai. Juan Diego Sanchez Nino. Arayan Sankar. Patricia Ann Hoffer Santos. Pierre Luis Maurice Sarahel. James Ryan Savoya Mulvey. Michael James Sawyers. Cassandra Seal. Michaela Lauren Seidman. Thomas Leon Semishin. Timur Sagolazov. Chavi Shah. Zara Shah. Rhea Sharma. Calum Atchison Sharrock. Shi Shan. Gregory John Alexander Sherman. Zainab Shibli. Thomas Yunsu Shim. Isha Singh. Sebastian Alexander Skjensvold. Abbas Sleeman. Alexander Matthew Snedden. Mohang Son. Anna Alexander Sokolova. Kira Hiruni Susaithasan. Nikhil Shrikumar. Daniel Eric Oliver Stedman. Donghyun So. Girish Sujatin. Ruokai Swan. Nicholas William Susanto. Farrell Alfin Sutanto. Gao Lin Tan. Yu Yang Tan. Dennis Tat. Maximilian Engelmer Temple. Alessia Isabella Terzo. Baidir Jobklan Togodor. Micah Christina Tumamao. Maral Tumin Ulzi. Derek Deshon Tong. Anel Tusunbayeva. Hadia Usman. Tara Vahabi. Janine Lynn Varney. Anna Shuyang Wong. Dora Yuping Wong. Jia Rui Wong. Judy Yichuan Wong. Lan Ting Wong. Mei Luan Wong. Michelle Shang Wong. Ruochuan Wang. Yifei Wang. Yutan Wang. Kunjie Wei. Taylor Watley. Marista Augustine Wiguna. Sarah Genevieve Wilkinson. Derek Ken Willis. Katrina Dongjing Wong. Crystal Andrea Wu. Feng Kevin Wu. Guangpu Wu. Huanzhang Wu. Jiayi Wu. Shuchan Wu. Anqi Xiao. Jintian Xiao. Yan Xiong. Eric Xue. Hiroki Lucas Yamashita. Chuanyin Yan. James Ruopeng Yang. Jingyi Yang. Kevin Yang. Tianyu Yang. Xinhao Yang. Yijun Yang. Yonghan Yang. Yufei Yao. Beatrice Annette Poissy Yao. Julia Qingxin Ye. Qi Wen Ye. Zijie Ye. Franklin Horchong Yang. Hoi Wai Yang. Kingsley Yong. Hyuk-jin Yu. Jae-in Yu. Audrey Yoshino. Jamie Yu. Shun Yu. Xiyue Yu. Ying Yu. Yue Yu. Salwa Salem Zeytun. Ethan Richard Zadakowski. Zhitian Zeng. Min Zhang. Shiyang Zhang. Xiaoxuan Zhang. Yuanxi Zhang. Siyuan Zhao. Wenhan Zhao. Wenxun Zhao. Xilin Zhao. Yuehan Zhao. Yihao Zhao. Bomin Zhu. Zhihao Zhu. Nancy Jia. Candidates from Woodsworth College who are being admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Science. Marjorie Elvia Atkins. Idris Abdallah Khalifa. Hatem Khatab. Dae-kyung Kim. Joanna Maria Santiago. Candidate from Woodsworth College who is being admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Commerce. Chungiz Uran.
On behalf of the University of Toronto, and by virtue of the authority vested in me, I hereby admit all of those candidates not here present to their degrees in absentia.
As we conclude Convocation, I wish to thank all of you for your participation and patience. To the families and friends, and to those in the procession, let me say thank you. You have made this a more memorable event for each member of the graduating class. I would like to thank Professor Carol Chin for presiding over today's ceremony. I wish to thank as well the many other colleagues and friends of the university who participated in this convocation, whose names you will find in the program. I now invite Professor Chin to bring today's ceremony to a close.
As I bring this convocation ceremony to a close on this, your special day, I hope we will see you often in the years to come, and I invite you to stay connected. We will be very interested in your journey, and we know that you will make an impact for the better in whatever path you choose. Concilium dismissum est.